Hello guys, welcome to this new class. Today topic is comparative and superlative. Let's going to start. Well, first of all, let's going to remember adjective. What is an adjective? So first, we use them to describe people, animals, and cities. Number two, they are always before the noun. For example, if you're going to say that a girl is beautiful, you say a beautiful girl. And number three, they cannot be plural. For example, if you're going to talk about two girls, you say the beautiful girls. So you make plural the noun, but never the adjective, okay? Adjectives are never going to be plural. So let's going to talk about comparative. Comparative are used to show the difference between two things, or two people, or two animals. For example, the black car is older than the red car. But how do we know? How do we make the comparative? Let's see some rules we need to follow. Rule number one syllable adjective. For example, if the adjective has one syllable, we add er at the end of the adjective. Example, we have small, small, it is just one syllable, small. So we add er, smaller, hard, harder. Here we have this example. The ant is smaller than the hippo, okay? Then, number two, one syllable adjective, but in this time, this adjective, the last three words are consonant, vowel, consonant. If we follow those two rules, the first one have to be one syllable adjective, and the second one, the last three words are a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant. What we need to do? We need to double the last consonant. For example, big, we say bigger, fat, fatter, and we double the last consonant, like in the examples. For example, here we have the elephant is fatter than the giraffe. Number three, two syllable plus y. If the adjective has more than two syllables and the last letter is a y, we need to remove the y and add IER. For example, we say happy, happy, two syllables. So we need to remove the y and add IER. Happier, funny, funnier. The girl is happier than the duck. Number four, more than two syllables. If the adjective has more than two syllables, add the word more before the adjective. Like in the examples here, we have more plus beautiful, so more beautiful, more satisfactory. So remember, more than two syllables. Let's go to see beautiful, three syllables. So if the adjective is three syllables, four syllables, or more, we need to add more at the beginning. For example, the butterfly is more beautiful than the frog. Okay. And finally, rule number five is about irregular adjective. Remember, we have few exceptions that they totally change. So we need to memorize them. That's the only way that we can learn them. So for example, we say good instead of saying gooder, or I don't know, we say better. Bad, worse, far, farther, or further. We have two options. Remember, when using a comparative, you must follow it with the word than. Like in the examples, we have the black car is older than the red car. The elephant is fatter than the giraffe. The butterfly is beautiful than the frog. So remember, it's than with N, not with T. Sometimes you make that mistake. Okay? Now, let's going to talk about superlative now. Superlative are used to show the difference between more than two things, people or animals. So if we're talking about 3, 4, 5, or around the world, we use the superlative. Let's go into see this example. The black car is older than the red car, but the green car is the oldest. So we are comparing the green car with the black and the red. Okay, let's see some rules we need to follow when talking with about superlative. So we also have one syllable adjective. If the adjective has one syllable, instead of adding er like in the comparative, in the superlative we need to add est. Small, smallest. Hard, hardest. And remember, don't forget to use the, because we are using this noun, we are comparing with up the others, okay? So we need to say the. For example, the ant is the smallest. Number 2, one syllable adjective. Again, if the last three words are consonant, vowel, consonant. Is this happen is the same like in the comparative, but instead of adding er, we need to add est. For example, big, the biggest, fat, the fattest. We need to double the last consonant, okay? The hippo is the fattest. Number 3, two syllables plus y, the same like in the comparative. So it's super easy to remember. If the adjective has two syllables and the last letter is a y, we need to remove the y and add an I. So in this case we say happy, happiest, the happiest, funny, the funniest, heavy, the heaviest. Like in the example, the elephant is the heaviest. And we have more than two syllables. If the adjective has more than two syllables, add the word the most before the adjective. In this case, we say beautiful, satisfactory, expensive. We say the most beautiful, the most satisfactory, the most expensive. Like in the example, the airplane is the most expensive. And finally, we have some irregular adjective. There are few exceptions that they totally change, like in the comparative. We need to memorize them, okay? So for example, we say good, the best, bad, the worst, far, the farthest or the furthest. So in this case, there are more than those three that we have. So you need to find and look for them. And finally, remember, when using a superlative, you must precede it with the word the. As I was telling you before, for example, the airplane is the most expensive. The elephant is the fastest. And the butterfly is the most beautiful. Okay, there was a mistake here in the first sentence. I forgot to write the word must. But remember, if the adjective is more than two syllables, you need to add the word must. Like in the third example, the butterfly is the most. In the first one should be also the most expensive. Okay. That is it for today. Thank you so much for your attention. Hope you have an excellent day. Bye bye.